5,275 pounds, Rockwood 2507S, Murphy bed, rear bath, lightweight little couples camper here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. I'm still trying to adjust. I'm just kind of changing things up. I've been doing my tours the same way for a long time, and I've had a lot of people say, why don't you start on the inside first? So I'm trying a couple of those. I really like it, actually. If you left some notes in the video description, hey, I like you starting inside, hey, I don't like you starting inside. However it works for you. I can kind of talk myself into it or out of it either way. So your feedback means a lot, guys. Quick note, we don't do dealer fees at Haylet RV. Give us a full call to get details on that. We do pretty much everything else, though. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, and everything in between. So why this one? You know, this is a pretty common layout. Like in Murphy beds, we have something like this, obviously here in the Rockwood, but the 23 MRB White Hawk is very similar. There's a similar Passport, the 199 ML. We have all those here at Haylet RV. Why this one? Long and short of it is, what Rockwood does, because every RV is best at something else, is Rockwood generally carries the highest equipment package of anybody in a comparable class. Rockwood's also, overall, the single #1 selling laminated product in the United States of America. They're the best-selling laminated trailer and best-selling lightweight. Those two aren't necessarily the same thing, but in Rockwood's case, they are. You know, what are they doing different? That's what I want to point out, what Rockwood's done well. So, you see how there's side stands on both sides of this sofa. That allows for pass-through storage with a one-piece fixed folding Murphy bed. Now, right about now, I'm probably including a nice little video bonus feature that shows you how this Murphy bed goes up and down very quickly. It is a somewhat aged little snippet. Before, this had a front window, as this generation does right here. That front windshield is new. Now, most of the time, Murphy beds, admittedly, will not benefit greatly from that front windshield. However, Rockwood did a full change on the entirety of their Mini Lite lineup, so the Murphy beds just kind of got it as a matter of coincidence and happenstance. Battery light just started blinking at me too early. I may have to battery swap. So we've got a full aluminum frame vaulted roof here. This is a full walk-on roof with a 2.5-inch arch. And you notice those air ducts on each side of that LED light right there. Though this has dual ducted central ACs to give you a really good cyclical airflow. So this little one-room, mainly one-room camper has really great airflow in here. Now the sofa folds down quick and easy. You can actually get to the pass-through storage under the sofa via that front little foot kick of the sofa. That can drop down. Dual side stands with outlets for when this is in bed mode, or during the daytime you just have nice little entertainment space here. And that's what's kind of great about this. If I back up, you kind of see the whole idea behind a Murphy bed is it gives you the features and the space of a super slide. You get all the same furniture, a bed, a sofa, a dinette, in a much smaller, lighter weight, lower dollar package. This would have to be much bigger to have a full-time bed and sofa and dinette. Now, if you don't care about that front sofa, if you just want a dinette slide and a fixed bed, we have that all over the place. We have that in several variations, specifically from our Coachman Freedom Expresses here at Haylet RV, without the sofa in a 231 RBDS and with the sofa in a 248 RBS. You can visit our website to see variations of all those different things. Now, this is where you start to see the differences in the Rockwood Mini Lites, and it is important to remember that what we see here could be and probably is vastly different. Well, maybe not probably is. This is actually our preferred equipment loadout, but this is potentially different from what we have in stock. Now, we've got maple wood tones. Rockwood gives you a different wood option. We've got wood print flooring. Rockwood gives you a different option there. We've got the mocha decor. They give you 2 or 3 options there. So there's multiple different ways this could look different. It didn't even be equipped the same. One thing to mention, though, when you go to the maple wood tones like we have here, you do get maple hardwood raised upper doors. In the driftwood, you don't get, it's not the same grade of wood, and it's upper doors only. I'm sorry, in maple you get hardwood raised panel upper and lower doors. That's what I meant to say. I got myself mixed up there. So this one gives you the hardwood doors top and bottom instead of top only like you will with driftwood. Now, solid surface counters are standard, so that allows them to recess the sink and the stovetop to give you max prep space. One of the things that we do a little different on our Rockwoods here at Haylet RV, we don't put an oven in them. On the 25 foots and smaller, we have found people enjoying that additional storage space far more than an oven that, while some people use, more people don't use. So, you know, it just gives you more space to put more things, and big storage in a small camper is a hard thing to come by. There is a large countertop extension that can hook on the end of the countertop here, and it's the same solid surface matching material as the kitchen counter itself, which is great. Dual full extension drawers, you can see full access to all the under counter storage, and the TV location on this. Most brands like to mount the TV over here, next to the slide out. Instead, Rockwood said, well, that doesn't make sense because the people in the slide never get a good look at it. So they put it up here. So whether you're on the front sofa, whether you're using it in the bed form, or whether you're on the dinette, you can get a good look at it because the whole TV swings out. And that kind of leads me to the other thing. The entire TV swing arm and everything can basically dismount. On a mini Lite, the TV just slides off the mount, but it can mount outside to be used at their outside grilling station. So this TV can go inside or outside, which is why they're using a Furrion here. It's a little better for indoor-outdoor use like that. The slide out. I want to point out how it's extended a little bit. You see this extra closet pantry right here. These are some of those extra things that Rockwoods are known for doing that give you a little bit more here and there. Now you notice how this cabinet is not as deep as the slide out. If I stand sideways, you can kind of start to determine that. That's because they give you inside and outside storage on the exterior of the slide out. That's a classic Forester Ever thing that a lot of brands have dropped off, but I've noticed the Cherokees and the Rockwoods here at Haylets have both stayed up on that quite a bit. So you've got access doors / drawers on each end of your U-dinette here, but getting that rear bench storage is tricky. Not with a Rockwood though, because they have an outside access door to get under that rear bench. This whole bench, by the way, is aluminum skeleton. Anything Rockwood personally builds, it's always got a full aluminum framework. This thing, like I said, full aluminum skeleton. We are walking on a 5/8" tongue groove plywood floor with 12-inch on-center aluminum studs. That's the exact same way luxury fifth wheels that weigh like 14,000 pounds are constructed. They didn't save money doing it. They actually increased the cost of their floor 20% doing that. But it's a stronger floor than what they had previously. Their laminated floors were okay, but these are just better. Table you see is free floating. If you want to take that outside like a picnic table, you can. I do apologize if the camera has a little bit of a focus issue now and then. My frosty breath, because it's cold at the time of this filming, as you'll see when we go outside, it sometimes messes with the scan on the camera. Now right here, seems like every camper's got AM, FM, CD, DVD, Bluetooth, stereo, but Rockwood has gone an extra thing with their IRV Technologies system. This can Bluetooth to your phone, but you can also download a free app on your iPhone or Android to turn your phone into a remote control for this thing. Also, they have face-mounted HDMI and USB plugs, which makes this very friendly if you choose to add things like a streaming service stick, Chromecast, Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, whatever. Now, to kind of work in conjunction with that, right up here, you may notice this little thing, the Wi-Fi Ranger. The Wi-Fi Ranger! No silver bullets required, but what that is. This thing basically has a built-in router / access point, which can help be a signal booster and a more streamlined, easier way to interface to your internet access. Now, little detail stuff like this to me is more telling of the story of Rockwood than nearly anything else. A simple little door stopper, so that door handle doesn't smash into those optional raised panel hardwood doors that we've added to this Rockwood right here. It's just the extra little things they do. It's not like that little stopper costs a lot of money. But they do it, and so many brands don't. That's the Rockwood difference. Hey, look at this. Another one of these up here for the exact same reason. Closet, you can see, has motion-sensitive lighting. Now, this is just a huge pantry. And by moving the entertainment center away from here, some people are going to say, they're going to look at the kitchen where the TV is. They're going to say, yeah, but I lost a kitchen cabinet. No. You have a massive net gain of storage space, and there's that giant countertop extension I was telling you about. But even under here, even the gusseting woodwork on that extension is plywood, not particle board, you know? It's just better materials everywhere. Back here, you see we've got the same split open spa-style easy entry shower as like a big luxury fifth wheel. I don't even have lights on in here, and it's still plenty comfortable, but let me shed some light on the situation while we're up here. Max Air ceiling vent fan. Again, like a big luxury fifth wheel, but this does include the roof vent cover. You can actually see the fins of it up in there. Now, above the outside kitchen, we've got storage galorage, ladies and gentlemen. That's nerdism number 37 for you today. Storage galorage in the Rockwood 2507S bathroom. And this, frankly, would be enough. Like, if you wanted to, you could put a hanging rod up in there, one of those little twist-out tension ones or something like that from the big box store of your choice. But you don't need to, because when you turn around, you go, oh my gosh, there's even more storage. And this is what Rockwood's done so well for so many years, having all this, just tons of bathroom storage. That's something they've always done well for a very, very long time. I should give you an idea of the layout. We're going to step outside, learn more about how it's put together, and a couple more exterior-specific things. Stay tuned. Thanks for staying tuned, by the way. I bet that's 2 seconds of your life that just, you're never going to get back. You know, that was a great investment. I appreciate you folks offering that here. So this is a very good look at the updated exterior as compared to previous generations, which had a very blunt, sort of angular front, very geometrical looking, whereas this is, you know, very smooth and I don't know, analog versus digital, I guess you could say. What's cool here is they didn't really change any of the guts, but what's actually really neat on this is this new front end design. What it allowed them to do with their Murphy beds was they can actually mount the bed forward a little bit further than they had in the past, and it makes the interior look bigger, but they didn't have to make the chassis or anything bigger. It's not actually a longer camper. You're just getting a little more of it from that little bit of overhang there. So this is a good look at that pass-through storage that goes under the bed. You can see that little table that actually connects to the side of the trailer next to where you can put your grill, so you can have you know, your outdoor grilling. Quick little solar prep plug over here for those portable panels that we can pound out in a plethora here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. You may notice the magnetic holdbacks on these so that everything's just simple, easy, one-hand applicable. As I mentioned inside, what you're looking at here is not necessarily a standard build. Like we've put the champagne skin color package on this, which is really sharp because it actually, the roof skin membrane matches this. Little things are doing different here. Now that is not a front window. That is a wind shield. There is a difference there. It's a higher grade, stronger thing. If you tap on it, gently, please, with your keys, you can actually hear the difference. You can hear that it's a different thing. It's got an automotive style install. Since the Mini Lite front end changed over, they still have the 30-pound propane tanks. But they also have this new little rack up front here. So if you do want to add some extra batteries or just a little bit of cargo stuff, it's a great little place to do that. And by the way, extra weight up front does definitely tow better than extra weight in the back. The slide side storage here. So first of all, this is a fully laminated 6-side aluminum framed product. Floor again being the only thing non-laminated, but still aluminum skeleton with you know, laminated slide walls, which means that they're structurally sound. You don't have to worry about what's in there. And if you're worried about me ever bumping on something like that, guys, you got to understand I got chicken arms. And maybe, just maybe, you should actually wonder, why doesn't he bang on some of the other ones? That's the question you should be asking. So remember, inside there was that pantry. This is the corresponding exterior storage right here, which I looked at it and I thought, you know, growing up with my grandfather camping, this is where we'd have put our fishing poles. This is fishing pole storage right there. I think that's exactly where those would go. And this is the storage that goes under the dinette. And as I said inside, you can see the all aluminum skeleton here. Now you've got drawers for that easy bench end access, but then you've got this outside storage compartment door, and it is so valuable on Murphy beds. So not only is Rockwood giving you a full pass-through door, but they're also giving you extra little exterior compartments, which is a huge problem with a lot of Murphy bed campers. They don't have good outside storage, which is why for many years, and really it is still generally true, I would refer to not a Rockwood, but any hybrid, be it a Rockwood, a Jayco, or whatever else that we have here at Haylett RV, as a hard side hybrid, because they had many of the same benefits, they had many of the same drawbacks. The benefit being the bed doesn't occupy floor space and extend the length, weight, and cost of the coach, while at the cost of exterior storage. But Rockwood, being the #1 producer that they are, they figured out a way around it with that outside pass-through storage there. You know, it generally gets the job done pretty well. We like to put a ladder on these to get up that full access roof. This is a spot you can see the top of that little Max Air vent fan cover sticking up there. Rear outside shower and black tank flush on this one. All LED lighting, tail and markers, by the way. But this is something I want to spend a little time talking about, and I've done specific videos on this. The independent four-wheel torsion suspension. Not just torsion axles, rubber shock dampening axles, but a four-wheel independent Torflex suspension. That's about $300 to $500 more per axle, guys, depending on the weight of the axle. But basically, here's the big difference on this. When each wheel can move independently, as compared to a leaf spring suspension, when you go around a corner at high speeds, a leaf spring tries to push up. It tries to push the trailer off the wrong side of the road. Whereas a mini Lite, any Rockwood, all Rockwoods use this exact same suspension. It doesn't do that. It tries to keep the camper flat, so it's going to track nicely behind you. And with the tires being close together, it's also very good for turning sharply. You've got a maximum length power awning on this. It is tilt adjustable. It does have full length LED lighting at the base. You can see the 2507S has a full-size outside kitchen. The Murphy bed version, the 2509S, also super popular. It has a low-profile outside kitchen to make room for the double bunks. Now, what I really like is how they actually left this a little exposed here. So you've got rolled steel counters, and you've got a swing-open but strut-assisted countertop right here. This little strut's going to keep that thing from wiggling around if somebody bumps it. It's not going to wiggle in the wind. But with this being wide open, you can see it's an actual sink with an actual drain into the gray tank, not the dog dish. The dog dish is fine, but I think most people prefer a real drain. It's all the same cabinetry and everything that you have inside, and this is what's really cool. You've got a 6 cubic foot fridge inside, and another, like, what is this, like a 3.3 cube or something like that? I never remember the sizing of these exterior fridges, but there's so many of these now, it's easy to lose track. Again, your inside TV can mount out here, and you can have a full-on tailgate session going on, and that RVQ grill that's included with these would mount over here. So you have both a grill and that little swing-out stovetop burner setup. So maybe you don't even need to swing out the stove, but it's extra counter space if nothing else. You'll always find a reason to use it. Your doors on these are friction hinge doors, so they will not slam open in the breeze. Frameless windows. Those are a standard thing on all Rockwood trailers, actually. Sliding windows are not even a thing with them anymore. They look great. Now, normally, frameless windows like this you could say, and it is true, it's not that you could say it, it's true, they get a little bit less airflow than sliding panel windows, but with that Max Air bathroom vent fan, you can overcome that one deficiency. And little detail stuff too, like the triple entry steps versus doubles, everything they've done here goes a step above and beyond. And that's who Rockwood is. They're not at all the dollar cheaper brand. They are most definitely, they're feature focused, they're not price focused. Like, you never compare the price of a Rockwood to anything else except another Rockwood, because it will be more. That's just a given. You have to also take into account equipment packages. Maybe you don't need all this equipment, guys. Maybe you don't. That's why I have Whitehawks and Passports and other things here that have similar layouts. But if you want all the bells and whistles, this is the one. So, you decide. Until then, we appreciate the opportunity to earn your business. When you're ready, a phone call is all we ask, or, reach out to us on the web, whatever. Number here is 800-256-5196. We are Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, Michigan's largest independent family-owned dealership. We're the only standalone dealer in the top 5 of this state. Top 10, but we are in the top 5 as well, because we only do everything. Hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, everything between RV delivery, and obviously, education. Think of how hard we've worked out here in this cold to educate you on this product, and think of what we'll do when we actually get the opportunity to work for you, when you call us personally. We look forward to that meeting. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.